What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another music review. My name is Bryce, and today we are concluding our venture in the realm of music that is the Sidewalk Prophets. Make sense out of that one if you can. Um, Sidewalk Prophets. So, yes, this is their most recent album, just produced last year, 2015. By Word Entertainment. No, no new band members or change of band members to address or anything like that. Um, we got quite a bit to get to with this one today. This one contains a lot of good stuff and has a whopping 14 tracks on it. So yeah, let's get to work, shall we? Um, First up and foremost is the song Prodigal. Big processional drum beat at the beginning. Almost kind of sounds like the song Move Along if you've ever listened to the All American Rejects. It was a. I'm sure some of you have heard of it. It was a song popular in the mid 2000s. Anyway, moving on. But there's also presence of like a choir too, or at the very least a big group of backup singers. It's really so musically. This is a really good song, just musically. And then as far as the content, the message, it borrows from the story of the prodigal son. Basically, it doesn't retell the story of the prodigal son, but what it does do is um, basically addressing you as if if that guy is you, you know, it's okay because this is how much your father loves you. That kind of a message. It's really good overall. Um, Next, I'm gonna try to really push these. So forgive me if my explanations are not great. I will try to be making drum videos. I don't know if I've ever actually officially announced this. I have started putting drum videos on a YouTube channel I created. It's under our site name. It's Kuda Expressions, all one word, all lowercase. Check it out. I'll probably be putting uh, sidewalk. I'll definitely be putting Sidewalk Prophet songs on there. Probably some from this album. Prodigal probably I'll put on there. So, but anyway, I gotta keep pushing through these. But be sure to check those out as well, and check back for new ones that I'll be putting out. Um, Track two is "If You Only Knew." This is a really unique song. There's a beautiful piano melody at the beginning of it, and then the drums eventually join in. The key almost makes it sound oriental, but it's not anything I'm necessarily complaining about. It's just really different, and I really like it. Um, Hence the pun of the album, something different, I guess. The lyrics are unique as well. It's like a conversation going back and forth between the singer and God. I mean, there's so much a distinction of a conversation going on that I almost wish they would have had a guest singer and had a duet going on, because it almost sounds confusing, the fact that just Dave is singing this. I almost wish really that they would have brought somebody else in to sing a duet with. But even still, really good song. Check it out. Track three, "Something Different," the title track of this, and my God, is this something different? This is I've noted that Sidewalk Prophets have a lot of different styles, and this is kind of out there for them, but it's not out there in a bad way. This is really, really good song. The style's kind of like the best way I can describe it is like a southern rock feel almost. Its message is about our witness, and people recognizing and wanting what we have. It's just it's just so good. I mean, it's really it's really catchy song, and the message, though, more importantly, it really captivates the thing that we should be striving for in our lives. So overall, man, I tell you what, it's just this song is awesome. I mean, you can have a good time listening to it, but you can also, really respect what it's saying and take its message to heart. So let's move on. Everything in Awe. Wow, this song exceeded expectations. This is a very intimate song that it just speaks of the awestruck wonder of God. It's, when you boil it down, that's really all it is. But at the same time, it's so powerfully written. It's just you really stop and think about what is being sung here in the lyrics, and I don't have time to mention off all the lyrics, but if you get the chance to listen to it, you really stop and think about what it is the singer is saying. I mean, you can't help but be left in awe, especially when everything just kind of culminates at the end, and that that last big just proclamation of just how great God really is. I mean, it's so great to listen to. At the beginning of it, it almost kind of has like an old radio broadcast kind of sound to it, and that's not actually a theme that will go away either. We'll run across that a couple other times in the album too, so that'll be something interesting to look forward to. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot to mention, as far as singles up to this point, I'm pretty sure Prodigal is a single. I think I've heard that. If something different isn't, I'm very much surprised. But this next song is definitely a single, and that is To Live Is Christ. Now, this song is based off of the scripture in Philippians where Paul says, "For me to live is Christ, and to die is gain." That, ironically, is what the chorus is. The lyrics, as far as its message content goes, follows a very similar pattern set by other songs that Sidewalk Prophets has released in the past, like "You Can Have Me" and "Keep Making Me." It's the fact that the radio stations tend to generally overplay singles really hurts this song, in my opinion. But at the same time, though, you've never listened to it before, it is really good. I honestly can't say that it's quite as good as singles like "You Love Me Anyway" or "Keep Making Me." However, this by no means am I saying that this is a bad song. This is a very good song, very important message about the depths that we need to go to in order to be able to truly devote ourselves to Christ. And it is very good song, very good song. I'll be honest. This album, it's very hard for me to pick favorites. I do have a few of them that I generally go back and listen to, but honestly, I don't know if I can really. I go back and listen to all of them just about, because this album really just it just kept the bar that Sidewalk Prophets had set, and I won't say it raised it, but it definitely maintained it, which is awesome. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. You're talking about the full album. I'm just saying, I really understand you guys. It was really, at the end when I pick which ones are my quote higher recommendations, this is really hard for me to pick which ones I wanted to, extra recommend. Track 6 is Sisters and Brothers. It's a very cheery kind of a song. It almost it's like if they ever did a music video of this, I mean, like it would almost require a street choir mob to form or something. I mean, it's very very kind of, I don't want to say float on the clouds kind of a song, but I mean it's very cheery. I just don't have any other way of calling it. The message is a call to Christians that we really need to understand that we need each other and the Father, especially as we go through life. I mean, but the point is we really do need each other. We need to be able to depend on each other as we go through life. I mean, our ultimate dependence is on the Father, but part of what God in His grace has provided for us is other believers who are going through the same thing, so we can all depend on each other for that. Track 7, Impossible. This song is kind of a slow 12/8 kind of time, but the drums actually make it feel a lot faster, and I mean it's just, you kind of can't help but headbang or at least rock a little bit to this song. I mean it's not like full blown rock or anything like that, but I mean it just has that very definitive kind of a drum beat to it. Look for that as a possibility of something I might play later. The song serves as a reminder to Christians, and also a challenge to unbelievers that God can, in fact, do the impossible. He is the God of the impossible, as I like to say. Track 8, Come to the Table. As the title suggests, it is an offer to everyone to come to the table of the Lord. There's really not much to say about this one musically. It's a very good song, but check it out. It's not one of my more favorite of Sidewalk Prophets songs, but it's definitely still worth a listen to. Pardon the noise of my page turning. Track 9, Ain't Nobody, and then in parentheses, Till You're Loved. So this one's interesting. The beginning sounds like it's audio that's captured outside of sound booth. In other words, like you have Dave in the sound booth and he's sitting here singing, but you've got the mics, or the mics are, or the audio you hear rather is like from mics or cameras or something set up outside the sound booth. I don't know if that's just an effect or if that's what they actually did, but I mean it's different. But eventually it goes into, regular audio sound, and when that happens, it becomes like an acoustic swing style of sorts. The message about how basically you're missing out on life if you don't love and they love you back, and as I just talked about in a recent episode of Heresy Hunters, that love being the true, genuine love of Christ. So, let's move on. Track 10, I want to say that's 10. Yeah, that's 10. Track 10 is I'd Rather Have You. Now, this is awesome. This one is drums only at beginning, and it has it's kind of a mesh between southern rock and just a tiny hint of country, a very tiny hint, and I say that mostly because of some of the stuff that the guitar does. It almost makes it sound that way. As far as the lyrics go, basically it's a proclamation that the singer would rather have God than the treasures of this world, which is a very good message to be proclaiming. In fact, the Bible even says we are to fix our eyes on the treasures of heaven and not on the things of this world. So that really is a great song. I mean, it's really it's just it's another song that going into it not really knowing what it was about. I kind of just, and I just, for whatever reason, when I was listening to it, I didn't have a whole lot of expectations for it one way or another, and this is a song that just caught me completely by surprise, and I thought it was awesome. Track 11, Go For It. So the style is kind of a clash to give you an idea of what it almost sounds like. It's almost as if you took the previous songs from this album, If You Only Knew and Impossible, and kind of try to mesh them together. That's about the only way I really can describe it. The song really is just about going for dreams. There's not really a whole lot else to it. I mean, basically, just kind of a, take a step of faith, kind of a encouragement kind of a song. Soldier On, actually, I don't know, that, I might have been wrong earlier when I said, no, hold on, 11, 12, 13, 14, yeah, I was right earlier when I said I'd rather have you as track 10, so Go For It is chapter 11, track 12 is Soldier On. Soldier On, their beautiful start to it, and it ends up transitioning to kind of this upbeat, almost a semi-march kind of a feel to it, and it's really cool. Bottom line, this is a Perseverance song. It's one that I would actually recommend checking out. I don't have this one on my list of like ultra recommendations for this album, but I still would say you should take a listen to it, and just along with the album as a whole. I mean, I can't really say enough good things about this album. Gotta push on here. Homeless Heart is track 13. Guitar's by itself at the start. It's really slow song. It's supposed to be a lot more serious. It's about a weary, worn person trying to get back to God. It very well could be argued based on the lyrics that this song is from the point of view of the prodigal son himself. It's possible. So if that is the case, then that is a very interesting take on it. Regardless, I'm sure a lot of people can actually relate to this and probably need to hear the song and to maybe use as an inspiration of them getting back to Jesus anyway. The last song on this album is Closer, and Closer is really different. Closer, first of all, it features a guest singer by the name of Tamala Mann, who I want to say I've heard of, but honest to God, I don't really remember too much of anything she's put out. I don't know if she's like a gospel singer or if she's something else, but anyway, she's a part of this, and this song in and of itself is straight up gospel style. There's no two ways around it. The singer is asking to get closer to God, even if it means going through trials, and it's by far the longest song on the album. It's over 10 minutes, but there's a reason for that. A lot of it is like that gospel kind of feel, just where you can, it's just kind of seems to take over where you could just do nothing but like sing gospel music all day or whatever. How some churches could probably do that. That's kind of, I mean, but it's not, it's a sense of you want to do it. You don't want to, you're not just doing it because you have to. It's like it makes you feel like you want to do it. But part of the reason why this thing is over 10 minutes is because there towards the end there's a long pause. It's like a couple minutes worth of pause, and then with about 45 seconds left on the track, if you turn the volume up, you actually hear Dave speaking a poem, and it's a poem that relates the theme and the title of the album, Something Different, which is cool and everything. But I'm sitting here thinking in the back of my mind, guys, editing. Is there any reason why you had to have a 2 minute pause in between the end of the song and him speaking that? I mean, if you have a pause at all, why not like a 30-second pause or something like that? I mean, even that's even asking for too much. Not understanding why there was such a gap for that. But regardless, it's a minor complaint. Overall, this album is tremendous. It, like I said earlier, it follows the pattern that Sidewalk Prophets has laid out, and I can only hope that the next one will be half as good as this whenever it comes out. My favorite tracks for this, God, like I said, this is hard to pick out because there's so many good ones. Prodigal, Something Different, Everything in Awe, I'd Rather Have You, and as a bonus, just because I do like it, To Live As Christ is awesome. So, but, you know, not to sound like a broken record, but check out the whole of the album. Just don't listen to the ones that I recommend, because I tell you, you will get something out of this. Anyway, that does it for Sidewalk Prophets. I've already got some reviews written up that I'll try to push out here pretty soon, but I'm going to be doing things a little bit different, but we're going to be covering some really popular groups of Christian artists, so it ought to be something to look forward to. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the review. Thanks for listening, and I will see you next time.